Peacock home, Peacock at Home continued. The chow came from Cornwall and brought up his wife. The grouse travelled south from his lairdship in Fife. The bunting forsook her soft nest in the reeds, and the widow bird came, though she still wore her weeds. St. John Heron of the Lakes strutted in a grand pas, but no card had been sent to the pilfering daw, as the peacock kept up his progenitor's quarrel, which Aesop relates about cast-off apparel. For birds are like men in their contests together, and in questions of right can dispute for a feather. The peacock imperial, the pride of his race, received all his guests with an infinite grace, waved high his blue neck, and his train had displayed, embroidered with gold and with emeralds inlaid. Then with all the gay troop to the shrubbery repaired, where the musical birds had a concert prepared. A holly bush formed the orchestra, and in it sat the blackbird, the thrush, and the lark, and the linnet. A bullfinch, a captive almost from the nest, now escaped from his cage, and with liberty blessed, in a sweet mellow tone joined the lessons of art, with the accents of nature which flowed from his heart. The canary, a much admired foreign musician, condescended to sing to the fowls of condition, while the nightingale warbled and quavered so fine that they all clapped their wings and declared it divine. The skylark in ecstasy sang from a cloud, and the chanticleer crowed, and the yaffle laughed loud. The dancing began when the singing was over. A dotterel first opened the ball with the plover. Baron Stork in a waltz was allowed to excel with his beautiful partner, the fair damoiselle. And a newly fledged gosling, so fair and genteel, a minuet swam with the spruce Mr. Teal. A London-bred sparrow, a pert forward cit, danced a reel with his Miss Wagtail and little Tom Tit. And the Sieur Guillemot next performed a pas seul, while the elderly bipeds were playing a pool. The Dowager Toucan was first to cut in, with old Dr. Buzzard and Admiral Penguin. From her ivy bush tower came Dame Owlet the wise, and Councillor Crossbill sat by to advise. Some birds past their prime, o'er whose heads it was fated should pass many St. Valentines yet be unmated, sat by and remarked that the prudent and sage were quite overlooked in this frivolous age. When birds scarce pen-feathered were brought to a rout, forward chits, from the eggshell but newly come out. In their youthful days they'd ne'er witnessed such frisking, and how wrong it was for the greenfinch to flirt with the siskin. So Lady Macaw and her friend Cockatoo and the raven foretold that no good would ensue. They censured the bantam for strutting and crowing in those vile pantaloons, which he fancied looked knowing, and a want of decorum caused many demurs against the game chicken for coming in spurs. Old Alderman Cormorant, for supper impatient, at the eating-room door had for an hour been stationed, till a magpie at length, the banquet announcing, gave the signal, long wished for, of clamouring and pouncing. At the well-furnished board all were eager to perch, but the little Miss Creepers were left in the lurch. Description must fail, and the pen is unable to recount all the luxuries that covered the table, each delicate viand that taste could denote, wasps à la sauce piquante, and flies en compote, worms and frogs and friture for the web-footed fowl, and a barbecued mouse was prepared for the owl. Nuts, grains, fruit, and fish to regale every palate, and groundsel and chickweed served up in a salad. The razor-bill carved for the famishing group, and the spoon-bill obligingly ladled the soup. So they filled all their crops with the dainties before 'em, and the tables were cleared with the utmost decorum. When they gaily had carolled till peep of the dawn, the lark gently hinted 'twas time to be gone, and his clarion so shrill gave the company warning that chanticleer scented the gales of the morning. So they chirruped in full chorus a friendly adieu, and, with hearts beating light as the plumage that grew on their merry thought bosoms, away they all flew. Then long live the peacock in splendour unmatched, whose ball shall be talked of by birds yet unhatched. His praise let the trumpeter loudly proclaim, and the goose lent her quill to transmit it to fame.